Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season.
This message is for that mama monkey in that zoo in Japan who decided that she wanted to bully Panchi. And I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but right now the internet and myself are obsessed with a baby monkey named Panchi who got abandoned by his mama, and he's trying to make friends, and they gave him a little stuffy. And there's a mama macaw that bullied him. I'm on my way. Because you need to learn. You need to learn to leave Panchi alone. Okay? That's how I'm starting. That is how I'm starting because I'm devastated. Okay, I'm devastated.
Wow. I am really, really starting to question the decisions I'm making in my life. Because
And she don't deserve.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and we were supposed to be coming on here to do something serious, and this is how you want to start off
This
this week.
is serious. This
Oh,
is
okay,
serious.
okay.
Panchi is a six
Mm-hmm.
month old macaw monkey
Mm-hmm.
that his mama abandoned him because she's a first time mama. She don't know no better. They got him in the zoo. They're supposed to, monkeys are social animals. They have a tribe, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Panchi's trying to make friends and the monkeys are not being nice. Now some of them are being nice to Panchi because now Panchi got motion. The internet's obsessed with Panchi. But this
Mm.
week, another mama monkey, when Panchi was trying to make friends with her kid, got nasty. And so now I'm about to book a flight to Japan because she needs to learn.
Okay. Well,
Panchi got motion in these streets.
as you know, I'm Haitian adjacent. My wife is Haitian, and I've been doing the Duolingo, trying to learn the Creole, Haitian Creole. After we've been together, if you've been following me, 20 years, 20 years, 20 years together.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, yes,
Ow.
yes. And
Pull over,
so,
that anniversary too fast. Pull over, anniversary too fast. Okay, go ahead.
so I've been asking her to teach me this Creole for a long time,
Right.
and she hasn't been doing it. So I took it upon myself to get Duolingo to do it, and I'm almost at my 365-day mark.
Okay.
So I've been learning some words.
Oh God. Oh
And every
God.
time you said Macau, all I could think is macaque, and that is monkey in Haitian Creole, but it's also a cuss word, a really bad cuss word in Creole. So every time you said it, I was just like, "Oh, they're gonna get you for
Oh,
that one." But
well, the monkeys is Macau.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Now that we've gotten that out the way and I've issued my dire threat, I'm gonna need you to stop trying to be me expeditiously.
What are you
Okay?
talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Why are you wearing my color today?
Today, please, let's not do this.
Okay?
Let's
Why
not
are
do
you wearing
this.
my color today?
Let's not do this.
First, it's the
Mm-mm.
Wordle. Okay, let
Mm-mm.
me tell y'all what Ryan be doing, all right? So we play Wordle, right? And I'll do the Wordle first, and then I'll send
Uh-huh.
it to Ryan, and whatever. The other
Mm-hmm.
day, I don't remember what the Wordle was, but I start with the same word every time. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why was his first word my second guess? And then he got the Wordle after, trying to be me. Okay? Then I'm like, yo, just send the link whenever you get a chance. I just gotta throw my sweater on. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I log on to co-host this show with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm waiting for you to look up. I look up and what do I see? My twin.
All right. I don't know if anybody just heard that because you just went completely blank in my eardrums. So I don't know. I don't know if they heard that last part. But what I will say is, to your admission right here, is that you just put this sweater on. All right. Now, I've had this exact same hoodie on since about 8 o'clock this morning. So who followed who, Jade? I told you stop looking in my window. And and yet here we are yet again. We should talk about what we're going to wear from time to time because this
We
can't keep
should.
happening. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Not, because it's really giving Wonder Twins, and like
Activate.
we're not, like it's just wild how in sync we've become as friends, like as this friendship has grown. It's
Yeah.
absolutely, because even down to the Wordle, I'm not gonna hold y'all. More times than not, our words match up.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
it's if you play Wordle, you understand how weird that is. How weird.
yeah,
Like,
like
you have so many potential options, but yet for us to have the exact same guesses, one guess after the next guess after the next guess, and then finally make the Wordle, it's kind of weird. Kind of
Like it's
weird.
crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Hold on, I need my chapstick. It just fell. Okay, I'm
Mm,
back. So listen, this
the
week has been a week of a lot of stuff.
before you go into that, you just said chapstick. I just want to shout out my wife. My wife put me on to Laneige this week.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
I don't know that I will continue to use it, but what I was telling you before we started is that as I get into my big fours, I'm realizing that we need that I need a lot more moisture.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I've been having to moisturize at times and in places that I didn't think that I had to before. And I know that's TMI, but I'm just letting y'all know. Also for recommendations, I know a lot of women are on this feed or watching this show as we speak, and y'all be having the suggestions. So what do y'all like y'all men to smell like? All right, let me
I
know.
too am open
Let
to
me know.
suggestions because, like I told you when we were speaking about this before, it's finding the right combination. It's finding the right lotion and oil combination, right? Because the lotion is for moisture and the
Uh,
oil is to lock it in. And
mm,
you need something that's going to last you at
mm,
least 24 hours. You know what I
mm.
mean? Because,
Yeah.
like, when I take my shower at night, I like to moisturize.
Mhm.
And when I wake up in the morning, I want to feel moisturized.
Correct.
I'm not feeling moisturized.
First of
And then
all,
I got to reapply.
I don't do the oil. I don't do the oil. I don't like to feel oily. I don't like to
It's not oily
touch
though, if you
I
get
don't
the
like
right
to
one.
I don't like to touch things and leave residue and things like that. Like so I'm not about that. But like if you have a good lotion moisturizer suggestion, please let me know. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the DMs, let me know if you have my phone number, text me, whatever.
You can let him know about just the lotion, but if you got a good duo, hit me up. Oh, also before we start, the people said they want me to continue sending you ideas until you get on your Zoom. Okay? They
Oh,
don't consider me a bully.
yeah.
They think that, there's
Uh,
something to what's being said. So
mm,
I'm just
uh-huh.
letting you know that
Also,
will not end.
Ash texted me on the side and really let me have it because I told her I let you have it because you decided that you were going to use Ash's suggestion for finding a man, and I
And
told
I
you
am.
she's setting you up for failure. And yeah, y'all both are delusional. I will tell you that right now. I'm gonna
Uh,
tell you that right now. I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down.
you can
You ain't
double
going.
down.
It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Don't do it that way. Do it my way. Do it my way. Speak to people like a normal human being, Jade. That's it.
But how
That's
about
all
I
you got
speak
to
to
do.
people
That's all you
and
got
then
to
I
do.
can still give them my business card instead of like,
If you plan on doing
you know?
business with them, sure. Also, 2026, who's still giving out business cards?
Actually,
That's
I
what
can.
I want to know.
It's digital.
Oh God. All right. Let's
There's an
move
app.
on. All right. All right. All right. All right. What app? Because clearly it's not widespread because I don't have one.
It's
I'm
called
just
Hi
saying.
Hello.
Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
Yeah, I do my
But if
research.
you're the only one with the app, then how are you gonna get it to the people?
I can. No, you can share it. Like they don't have to have it. I can share my like here, airdrop my business card to you
All right.
because
Let's
we
move
already
on.
know I'm not. Okay.
Let's move on.
Mhm.
If you have a man for today, you could also DM me, text me if you got my number, whatever. We're gonna work on this girl. She got to talk to people like a normal human being, and we're gonna move on from here. That's it.
Just
That's it.
remember, I like
She's
them
lying. She don't want to. She don't
medium
want a man. She don't want a
ugly.
man.
I do.
She
I
don't want a
like
man.
them medium ugly though. Okay. And remember, my face answers before I do. So if this
Oh,
is someone that you care about and they're not at minimum medium ugly,
my God.
I'm being honest because I don't want
Leave.
to ruin nobody's friendships. I don't want somebody to be like, why would you do that to me? Um, and if you need examples of what I mean by medium ugly in the real world outside of like the Aaron Pierres, the Michael B. Jordans, the Charlie Hunnams, the what's that guy's name? He's in the Punisher and he was in His and Hers. He's medium ugly and fine too.
Wow.
But if you need like real world examples, just let me know. I can send them. But if there's a gentleman that you think suits my needs, you can DM Ryan.
I don't know that they know a gentleman that suits your needs. You're quite strange. You're quite strange. They've been watching this show for almost 4 years now. They,
I am not
I don't know.
strange. I
I don't
just know
know.
what I like.
I don't know that they know. I don't know, and I know you better than they do. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Tall, taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm only
Uh-huh.
5'4".
So 5'5". Okay.
Gainfully, no. Okay, don't. Why would you play in my face like that? Like, why would you even? I've come to realize that
Uh-huh.
minimum short for me in terms of men that I will give a pass to is 5'8".
Mm.
That's it. That's the
Okay.
minimum. I need
I
you
could
taller
see
than me.
I could see you with a short king at 5'8". I could see that. I could see that.
That's the shortest king that I will ever allow into my life because he's
Oh,
taller
all
than
right.
me.
All right.
Okay,
Mhm.
5'8" and above tall. Ideally 6'1". Mm,
Oh God.
mm.
Mm-mm.
In terms of build, I don't. If you're gonna be lanky, it has to be like a swimmer's build. But I think I don't think I know I like them with a little body to them. Like a well-defined dad bod. Like you don't need to be perfectly chiseled, but you don't
Mm,
need to be like
mm.
sloppy either.
What
Like a good dad bod.
what I will
Gainfully employed.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay, a
Uh-huh.
good job too.
Uh-huh.
Benefits, 401ks, all of that.
That's kind of hard to come by this in this day and age. I'm
Well then,
just saying,
Well, then, if you don't have a 401k, then you work a job that has a union that gives you a good pension or something.
Mm.
Because
Mhm. All right. Mhm.
I like to laugh,
Okay.
who understands that I'm a princess. Okay. I need to be spoiled. I want to be spoiled. I don't want to have to do nothing. I want to feel safe around you. I don't want to think. I want my man to do all the thinking for me because I think every day in real life. And when it comes to the relationship, I don't want to. Okay.
And then when we find this ideal person and then you come up to them being like, "Oh, it's your pleasure to meet me." And
Mhm.
then it's like, what is the purpose
He's
of
gonna
this?
he's gonna
What is the
like my but
purpose?
see but
What is
see
the purpose of this? Nah.
my person is gonna hear that and be like, that's I've been looking for her because he's gonna get it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, he's gonna get it. He's gonna
Okay, ma'am.
understand where that's coming from.
Mhm.
If he don't get it and that's how I am, then he's not for me, and that's okay.
What I will tell you is that my wife is for me, and if she opened with that, we would not made it to 20 years. I'm just saying. We wouldn't have made it to the 1 year. I would have told you. We
But
wouldn't
that's
have made
because
it to the one day. I
you
would have
would
told you
have
that right now. No,
you
no,
would
no,
have
ma'am.
if she's
No,
for
ma'am.
you
No,
and you
ma'am.
felt that connection, you would have.
It's
You
your
would have.
pleasure to meet me. Are you
It
crazy?
is. No, it is your pleasure
Even
to
if I
meet
feel
me.
that way, why would I say that? I'm not gonna say
I
that.
mean, you don't have to be like, yeah, you're right. But I do expect something back in terms of like, I want the banter. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I know that you can handle my smart mouth because,
Mm.
hello, have you met me? I don't need no weak man that can't
Okay.
handle
All
the
right.
things that I say.
For those that know me on this show that has been watching the show, y'all know that I have a slick mouth as well. However, you start gradually
No,
and then you ramp up little by little by little. I'm just saying sometimes a Virgo can be off-putting.
and that's fine.
I'm just speaking from experience, Jade. We
Yeah.
have the resting
But
Virgo
there's
face and the resting Virgo disposition. I'm just
but
saying
there's a
you
difference
have to
between being a
allow
Virgo
people to.
male and being a Virgo woman.
And what's that, Jade?
The difference between male and female Virgos, at least when it comes to me, or women Virgos, at least when it comes to me, is the fact that I'm pocket sized, and they like it when I talk to them crazy. They
I'm
do.
sorry. A lot of women are pocket sized and so happen to
Yes,
be
but a lot of
Virgos
women
because in
are pocket
America,
sized, and you ask
people
them.
create Virgos like nothing. Like it's like
I
water.
understand that. Ask other pocket sized female Virgos if they get away with having a slick mouth, and they're going to tell you they do,
I don't
and they
know
eat it
that.
up,
I don't know. I
and they
don't
eat
know.
it up.
Like
I wish Javon was on the
people like it
show.
for a little bit. I don't know if they like it
I mean,
forever.
obviously, you don't keep it up for the duration of the flirtation, but extravagant, my slick mouth
hmm
gets them going. So
mm.
the one for me
So
will
if
understand that, and
it gets them going where away. It gets them
no,
because like where they
it
at though.
creates a problem for me. The amount of men that I have told don't fall in love with me, like
Oh
that's
my
my
god.
number one rule, to
And
end
and
up
then
having that
and then
be
guess what? Guess what? That's the reason why they're not around because you told them not
no,
to.
no, that's
Because
not the
you
reason they're
told
not
them not
around.
to.
The reason they're not around is because I legitimately cut them off. I
Oh
need one
my
of my
god.
girls who's
Oh
been
my
with me
god.
from beginning to end to be on the show because they
hmm
will explain to you that the problem that I end up having is that there's an attachment issue that a lot of these guys have that I don't subscribe to.
I think in the future we're gonna start doing that. We're gonna
Yeah.
start putting people on the spot. We're gonna call your people,
We
and
gonna
then
call Javon.
they're gonna also tell me and the rest of the people how ridiculous you are. That's what they're gonna do.
Javon will tell you
That's what
that
they're
she
gonna
has
do.
witnessed it and she understands. If there's one person that I know that understands because she has been there time and time again, it is Jovan. I'm just letting you know. Anyway, we went completely off script with that dating. But before we get started again, have to say rest in peace to Jesse Jackson, the civil rights icon, passed away this week. May he rest in power.
Yes. I am somebody.
I am somebody, and boy was he, and so are we. And if it wasn't for him and his tenacity and his willingness to be vocal about our struggles, who knows where we would be right now, to be quite honest.
Sidebar, I know his niece pretty well, but that was a different life. That was a different life.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
But yeah, that's neither here nor
so
there.
Rest in power to him. The current monster in charge of the United States of America gave a very long-winded post on his Truth Social that was more about him than it was about Jesse Jackson.
But of course.
And it's just like, sir, you don't even go here. Because when it happens to you, oh, how the socials will be lit and not in your favor.
Like I don't have no faith in the world anymore, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to occur, when it's going to occur, how it's going to, like, what's going to happen. Like, I don't know nothing. I'm just going.
Someone said his birthday's coming up, and his 80th birthday is coming up in June.
Okay.
So I'm just hoping for the best for us.
Wow.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Supreme Court is they're not with the shits anymore. If you saw today,
I did. I did.
And I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means.
He went right behind and said that he's now going to institute a 10% global tariff on something. But Governor Pritzker out of Illinois is suing them for $8.6 billion because of the tariffs and how much money that apparently has been lost because of these stupid tariffs that would give every family in Illinois like $1,800. So
listen, and that's only one state. So you got 49 more plus, other territories and all that.
You know, the red ones are not gonna sue him. They're gonna be like, oh, the tariffs.
I don't know. The tables are turning a little bit, so we'll see. We will see.
We shall see. Also,
they're trying to turn Texas. So.
They are. We'll see though. Texas gone Texas though. So I have very little faith in Texas. Also, rest in peace to Eric Dane, also known as McSteamy. He was also the father on Euphoria for the younger people. He was Nate's daddy on Euphoria.
So when you sent this to me, I was just like, I don't know. I know of this person, but like I don't really know this person. And then when I did a little bit more research and it was like the dad on Euphoria, I was like, oh.
He was also the bad guy in Bad Boys 4. A very delectable looking man his whole life. And it is a tragic loss. ALS is not to be played with.
It is not.
And it's sad how unpredictable that disease is, because for some people they can live quite some time. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get that opportunity, but he was an advocate through and through, and he worked through it to the point where he's even in the upcoming season of Euphoria. But may he rest in peace, and may his family as well as Jesse Jackson. My goodness, I shouldn't be drinking wine on an empty stomach. That's the problem. May they find peace and solace in these hard times.
Yeah. I definitely did my ice bucket challenge.
Me too.
Back in the day.
Because of you, I did it too. Because you was the one who challenged me. Yeah.
I forgot I did that. My bad. But yeah, it's a terrible disease, and my heart goes out to everyone dealing with it, and his family and Jesse's family. Yes.
So with that being said, this week is a week of just, mess. I'm going to say it's a case study in power about those who have it, those who avoid accountability, and who gets sacrificed in that narrative. We're going to talk about reality television legends, legendary shows, being forced to answer for the trauma that they package as entertainment. A sports commentator with a very big mouth thinking that he's bigger than the program.
Mm-hmm.
A royal finally having his comeuppance. Is that how it's said?
Correct.
A child star, a former child star who is really just, he's been fighting demons for a very long time, and an influencer discovering that $1 million a month is not the same thing as stability.
Mm.
With that being said, I also have an Am I the Asshole? This was submitted to me by Brent, and it was actually submitted while we were on break.
Let me put my seatbelt on, because
this has nothing to do with bad bodily functions or anything like that.
But Brent be sending the interesting ones too, so we'll see. We will see.
And I will say that this one I did edit because it was like a lot. Like it was like
okay.
So
all right.
Am I the asshole for not wanting to be a bridesmaid anymore after finding out the bride was basically profiting off of us? So this started as a bridesmaid's dress issue. My future sister-in-law picked one dress for all of us, no options. And it's strapless, backless, halter neck with a thigh slit. I'm a larger girl with a triple D chest, and this dress is a nightmare. No supportive bra works with it. It's basically impossible. And when I tried it on, I was spilling out everywhere. I told her I'm not comfortable wearing it and asked if I could modify the back chest just to make it wearable. She refused and told me to be more confident because the dresses have to be identical for photos. My family is pressuring me to stay in the wedding because it's my sister-in-law, and backing out would quote unquote ruin the relationship. I was already annoyed, but then the real drama hit. She planned a destination bachelorette and charged 11 bridesmaids $650 each just for the Airbnb. It was expensive, but we paid. Then during a conversation, I found out later her dad covered the cost of the Airbnb, meaning she received roughly the same amount we all paid and was supposed to refund us. She never refunded anybody. Instead, she told the bridesmaids in a group message that her dad offered to pay, but because the wedding is expensive, she decided to put that money toward a wedding expense and hoped we'd understand. I found out that the wedding expense was an unnecessary luxury item, an ice sculpture, a swan to be exact. So now I feel like I'm being treated like a prop in an uncomfortable dress and like an ATM to fund her wedding aesthetic. Some of the bridesmaids are frustrated, but nobody wants to drop out because we lose the money and the trip is right around the corner. Am I the asshole if I drop out the wedding, or at least refuse to participate in any more wedding party expenses after realizing she took our bachelorette money and used it for extra wedding quote unquote details?
Weddings are stupid. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We had a pretty nice wedding for what we could pull off in 2012. Fun fact, we got married during Hurricane Sandy, and Daily News was over there. Daily News was there. It was like, what the hell y'all doing? We was getting married right on the water in Dumbo, and it was just like, what the fuck? And anyway, we had a nice time. We had a very nice time. However, if I were to do it all over again, I would not. I would buy a home and I would throw a nice little shindig in my beautiful backyard. Yeah, that's what I would have. That's what I would have done. A lot of these people have been dreaming about these stupid weddings for their entire life, knowing that they are not royalty. They don't have a dowry coming or anything like that. They have to come out of pocket, and all the things that they've seen. When it comes time for, paying for the said things, they realize that said things cost in the 6 figures, and in some cases the 7 figures, which is dumb, which is a dumb investment during this time. I'm just saying. As you can tell, I have a lot to say about this. My wife is a wedding planner. I've seen her throw weddings that cost in the 6 figures, and I'm just like, all right, now what? Tomorrow? What happens tomorrow? And these people are not like millionaires. Like, I just don't understand. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think she's the asshole if she wants to pull out. I think there should be proper disclosure notices before people decide that they're going to be a part of someone's wedding. and people should be able to pull out when there's breach of contract, which most of the time there probably will be, because people don't anticipate what they're going to do and how bridezilla-ish they're going to become, and how even the maid of honor, how maid of honor zilla-ish they will become, and so for one, my wife is also of the big titty committee. And so and so I understand the struggles. I see it every single day. And for her to be spilling out like that in somebody's church is weird. It's weird with a big thigh slit and all of that, and like any sort of jumping when it comes time for dancing means that we're gonna have a Janet Jackson situation. Like, why would we want to take that type of attention away from the bride on the bride's day? I'm just saying, it's inconsiderate, and I think there's ways around it. Like, you can do the same color and everyone have a dress that flatters them or whatever. Like, there's just ways around it, and people are very inconsiderate and not willing to budge, and I think it's stupid. But I'm not the woman, I'm not a bridesmaid, and that's just my feelings towards it. I don't know about you, but yeah, I think you're not the asshole here, and sure, tell her you're pulling out.
The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie, and he tried to take us out. He did. He did.
He didn't try. He definitely did.
I mean, he did, but I don't even have words. I literally do not have words. I know y'all are looking at this right now, and y'all are like, they was definitely matching. They was definitely matching last time I saw them. And we were, unintentionally, yet again. We were. But let me tell you what happened. What had happened was the devil decided that they didn't want us to be great. And I said they because there has to be more than one, the way that this whole thing went down. We recorded a full episode. One of the best, I would say. I was actually thoroughly entertained. Then Ryan went to go pull it back. And why was Ryan having a conversation with himself? Why was I recording but not recording?
Yeah. It's what we're gonna do is, this is obviously a ghetto ass episode.
Ghetto.
So I'm not doing this over again exactly the
Not
same
again.
way.
Not again.
We're gonna do one of the topics over so that you can at least get a hint of what we did record, or we tried to record, and you're going to have a very, very, very minimally edited version of the show this week. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't got time. It's
You
a blizzard.
don't.
It's a blizzard outside, and
It's a blizzard outside. We already did this. We're both tired. Okay. We done spent the last 24 hours trying to figure out how did we get here. Okay. And so now this is what y'all are getting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And so before we get into it, let's take a break. Y'all need a break.
Yes.
We need a break.
Yes.
And we'll be back.
Maybe.
And we're back, Joyhdae. Energy.
This should have been vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the crux of the episode, actually, things happen for a reason, because we were supposed to do this in the beginning of the last episode and we didn't do it till the end, and some of y'all don't make it to the end. With that being said, Ryan and I are coming up on 4 years of Virgo season.
Yes, ma'am.
Insert confetti.
Yes,
We're not
ma'am.
gonna insert confetti.
Oh, hold on, wait. I could probably insert confetti. Hold on, give me a second. Let's try it. Let's see what we got. Confetti. Which one is confetti? Is this one confetti? Nope.
But that works.
Nope, not that one.
Nope, lasers.
That's the confetti right there.
We got confetti. We're coming up on 4 years. Now, that may not seem like a lot to y'all, but that's a big deal to us, because truth be told, not a lot of podcasts make it past 6 months or
Listen, tell them again. Tell them again.
And for some reason, y'all rocking with us, which we appreciate.
Yes.
We don't take it for granted, because why would you give me and Ryan a podcast? I don't know. We've been asking that question since we started. But here we are. With that being said, he and I got some things in the works.
Yes.
Okay, we got some things in the works.
Changes
are gonna come. Oh, wait, that's just the way it is. Is that what Tupac said?
Wow.
Things will never be the same. That was my song. Matter of fact. Anyway, so we got some changes coming up that we think y'all are gonna enjoy, like, love. and we can't wait to share that with y'all. Get ready, because if you thought that I was delusional now,
you were right.
that's not what I was gonna say.
Well,
That's not what I was going to say.
That is what I said, though.
Okay.
And I
You
stand
thought I was
by it.
delusional now? Wait till you see what we have in store for you, because it's about to be a what? Anniversary.
Because I had no idea
It's
what word you was.
Virgo-versary.
I thought we was over it. You know, this is a hot take. Raphael Sadiq of Tony Tone fame, Tony, however you want to say it. He can't sing. Just saying, he can't sing. Can't sing.
We don't have enough time. We don't have enough time to dig into that. Okay. But I agree.
He's a good producer, good bass player, all of that stuff, good songwriter, all of that. But
there's other talent there. But I would say that I agree. Okay. I would say that I agree. But we don't have time because the music heads are going to be in the comments now, ready to go at us. Okay.
Let me know.
With that being said, what we are going to talk about, because it needs to be talked about, because everybody is talking about it, and that's what we do, is this America's Next Top Model documentary that dropped this week.
Oh my God.
Oh, Tyra. Oh.
She could have just stayed home. She
really could have. She really genuinely could have just stayed home. For the simple fact that, one, she gave us a prime example of someone who believes in their own delusion. Mm-hmm. Okay. I may say Delulu is the Salulu, but I am not Tyra Banks delusional. Okay. This whole documentary, it really could have been an email on her side, on her behalf.
Yeah, a statement.
Did herself no justice whatsoever. So Netflix dropped 3 episodes of Reality Check Inside America's Next Top Model last Monday. And it basically was almost 3-hour docuseries that revisited all 24 cycles of America's Next Top Models run from 2003 to 2018. It did not hold back. We talked about Shandy Sullivan's sexual assault while she was filming in Milan.
Oh, my God.
She invited male models over to the house. She said she blacked out after drinking and only remembers a man on top of her. Cameras were rolling. She later asked Tyra not to air the footage on her talk show. Tyra aired it anyway. Ken Mock, who was Tyra's producer or co-producer or whatever on the show, basically said, we treated America's Next Top Model like a documentary. Jail.
Oh gosh, there's so many things, so many moments. Shandy's part was one of those things that I didn't need to remember, because I do remember watching that season with my wife, and we were uncomfortable then. And I feel like America also was uncomfortable at the time, but yet we all still kept watching for some reason. I don't know why. And I guess we need, as the TTs of the world would say, a little pow pow, because there was no reason for us to keep that show on the air. But it's terrible. It's, for one, like, just kind of like, and you said this on the last time we recorded this exact conversation. I'm trying to get the same energy, but it's not working. But you said this. If you're inebriated, there's no way you can consent to anything
at all.
Okay. If you were both inebriated, even him, the gentleman that she cheated on her boyfriend with, also could not consent to anything. So that in itself should not have been on the air, and the lawyer should have never allowed it on the air, because I don't know what kind of contract they signed that they weren't sued for this, but they should have been. It was vile. It was and the fact that we followed it all the way to her calling him, his reaction, her reaction, and then you could look at her even to this day to see that she has not healed from this thing 20 years later, or however long later. It is pretty bad. And for you, Tyra Banks, to come on the show and have zero remorse, come on this documentary, zero remorse, not even a, oh my gosh, we did a thing. It was a different time, and I was younger and stupider back then. I wouldn't do that now, and I apologize for, like, you couldn't do none of that. You couldn't even, not even a little bit of that you couldn't have done, and that's terrible. Like,
Like, the reality is
devil.
to what you said. Like, the reality to what you said is, like, nobody could have consented. Now, we don't know how much that man had to drink. We don't know if production applied Shandy with more alcohol than the gentleman.
She
We don't
was
know any of that
she was
stuff,
real
right? She
thin,
was
real
she was
thin.
real thin. She already told us she didn't eat. Tyra sitting up there with that ridiculous smirk on her face the whole entire time, taking absolutely no accountability. I said this last time too,
Hmm.
on the episode, that the part that y'all not gonna hear because we doing this again. Is it Uchi Wally or is it one mic, Tyra?
Facts.
Because in one breath you keep saying it's your show, you're the producer, and then you flip around and you're like,
I
what
had
could I
nothing to
do?
do with it.
God kept asking me for this.
I
I don't recall in my youth when I was a young adult saying, you know what I want to see? I want to see a aspiring model get drunk and groped by a man. Great TV.
Yeah.
I don't recall ever saying that. I don't recall ever asking for that.
Yeah.
And that was just the tip of the iceberg, because there was like things that progressively got worse as the show went on. Kenya saying that she was groped by a male model during the South African photo shoot that we saw.
Yes.
When she voiced her discomfort, the judges criticized her for not being more playful, which, a man is groping me. I was professional in this moment, and you're telling me I should have been more playful in my assault? How y'all sound?
Yo, it's, what's so crazy about this? America's Next Top Model was a heightened reality of what was actually going on in the industry. And a lot of people want to say, oh, this is not what was going on in the real world. The fuck, it wasn't. It was definitely worse was going on in the industry. There's
Definitely.
a reason why I stopped modeling, and I said this before on the last time, but like, on the way up, and every single level, people feel they be like feeling their power, and so they try to take advantage on at every single level as you're trying to make your way to the top. And there was just certain things I wasn't willing to compromise. And this is not just a woman thing. This also is a man thing as well.
I can
Male
imagine.
models or whatever. And it's like, there are, like, y'all can say what you want, but there are so many of these models that got to the top, by compromising themselves in some way, some shape, some form. And I've said this on this show before. This industry is a very dirty business, just like the music business. Very dirty,
Right.
dirty business. And like, I really feel bad for a lot of these people. And yeah, it was just sad to watch. It was sad to watch. Like, I know we made it like a joke, like, oh my gosh, can't wait. I will be sad for this. We have to see it and all that stuff. I could have lived without it, honestly. Could have lived without it. It was too much.
I could have lived without it, but I'm glad that these women are able to now
Stand up for
tell
themselves.
their story
Tell them-
and stand
yes.
up for themselves.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because to your point, the industry is dirty, and while it was a heightened reality, it was a heightened take on the reality of modeling. It didn't necessarily have to be.
No.
Especially for someone who kept saying, or who keeps saying, that she was trying to make a difference.
Right.
So if you were trying to make a difference, why would you then allow these things to continue to happen for the sake of entertainment?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because truth be told, we hear about what happens behind the scenes, but we don't actually see it. Right. And not to say that we don't believe victims, but we've never been placed. I've never been made an accomplice of someone being assaulted on TV as a model.
Yeah.
So if you were genuinely trying to make a change in the industry, then your take should have been, yeah, you can show how hard it is to get a casting call and how hard these girls have to hustle. You didn't even give them photos that they could use in their portfolio.
I was just about to bring this up. I'm like, yo,
you know what I mean?
There
was no networking.
Yeah, you're supposedly, you've been in the industry, not supposedly, you were a top model doing this on all levels, made your way to the highest of the heights of modeling, made a lot of connections with a lot of different people. And even after the show started blowing up, you got even more powerful. So if you actually cared about these people, you would have, even if it was just for the show and they did all these over the top things, you could have pulled them afterward because y'all didn't send them home. Y'all didn't send them home after they got kicked off the show. Y'all held them in a room somewhere. They could have been shooting basic photos for their comp cards and for their portfolios and all that stuff so that once they hit the world, they could hit all the agencies, get signed, and start working as not necessarily a top model, but a working model. All right. And you could have set them up in those ways. You could have put them in rooms. You could have called certain people. You could have did certain things after the fact, and you did none of that. So
like,
you don't care about them. You don't care about them.
And thinking about it, because to your point, like, this really could have been, as top model got, like, as it heightened in popularity, everyone was clamoring to be on the show, whether it was new designers, old designers, photographers, whatever. And they really could have put these girls, these women, and then men in a situation where they were able to actually make viable connections based
Correct.
off of the work that they did on Top Model, and you chose not to.
Yeah.
Instead, you chose to bring on more hateful people like Janice Dickinson, whose face has been melting off ever since. Who, while she may be a model and people are excusing her, well, she knows beauty, whatever, the way that they treated Ebony,
yeah, terrible,
deplorable.
terrible.
And that shouldn't have flown under any circumstance, because you, as a Black woman,
yeah,
who has gone through the same type of discrimination that you talked about,
right,
allowed your show to do the same thing to
Right.
this Black woman.
right. Like, yo, you know what it is? Like, she did bring a whole bunch of different types of body types and heights and all these different things on the show. There's a lot of people that it would have been harder for, but she brought some people on that show that were drop dead gorgeous. And like I mean, they
Had
could have, like, Ebony, one of them, Danielle, another
it.
one of, and it's like, you could have, even if they didn't win, and usually in reality shows and things like that, some of the biggest people that come from these things and make it in the world are not necessarily the winners. So
Jennifer Hudson.
some of these people could have really had a career. You didn't set them up well. Like,
You weren't a mentor
No.
at all. And also, what annoyed me the most too was when she kept saying, like, if the show failed, what would she have done? Bitch, you're a model. You would have continued modeling. You were not at the end of, you were not 70, 80 years old clamoring for opportunities. You were a model.
As a matter of fact, I feel like she was on the cover of some major magazine within the last 5 years or whatever. Models don't work this long. You are a model that continues to work. So, like, you're up there with your Heidis and your Naomis and all these people. Like, come on, what are you talking about?
Like,
what are we talking about?
She said it as though we were supposed to be like, oh my God, she had no choice. Girl. And then you got a talk show off of it, and you allowed that talk show to also be another way to abuse these poor girls, because if Shandy told you not to air it, why would you air it on your talk show? You didn't have to.
Yeah.
You didn't have to. Then you bring in all the other stuff. So we had the Danny Evans where they told her to close her gap, which I thought was stupid.
My God.
There was the crime scene photo shoot from Cycle 8 where models posed as murder victims, where Diane Walters was assigned a gun violence victim scenario despite production knowing, allegedly, that her mother had been paralyzed by gun violence.
Unbelievable.
Then there was the race swapping photo shoots that y'all did twice.
Oh, here we go.
Both times you tried to say it was celebrating diversity. Ma'am.
Listen.
How was blackface celebrating diversity?
Yo,
quickly, somebody let me know.
First of all, I told you this before. Like, I had no idea that Jay Alexander was South African. No idea.
Neither.
No idea.
Spanish.
No idea. But the fact that, we sat there and we listened to his part of the story and how he started to feel uncomfortable from back in cycle 9 or cycle 8 or whatever cycle it was, wanted to get out of the show, reached out to the people. They forced this man to continue working on the show, only to fire him and the rest of the people that made the show. It's crazy. It's crazy. First of all, blackface. Tyra, do you know what it is? And I was trying to put my finger on it for a long time. And even since when I was younger or whatever, Tyra is Black in the sense of that's her skin color and her parents were of the diaspora. But she doesn't have the sensibilities. She doesn't seem to be one of us for some reason. I don't know what it is. It just feels
Mm.
like she just does not connect with the rest of us. And if she did, she would understand that this plot line for this episode and was not it. And the fact that you had backlash from the first time you did it and you went on and did it again is crazy business.
You
Crazy
know what's
business.
wild? Thinking about it, and this is such a random, like, one of my favorite cartoons to watch, right, is Bob's Burgers.
Mm.
And the reason that I love Bob's Burgers is because Gene, all the kids are crazy. But not every year, but one year, Gene, the son in Bob's Burgers, dressed up as Queen Latifah for Halloween.
Mm.
Not a black face in sight. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and they were making that message of like how you can celebrate diversity without being offensive.
Right.
And it is literally one of the funniest things that I have ever seen in my life, because what is this little white boy or white appearing boy in this cartoon doing dressed up as Queen Latifah?
Right.
So there were plenty of other ways, because listen, y'all have a whole team behind y'all. So you mean to tell me that nobody in that circle was smart enough to think to themselves, there's a better way to do this than blackface?
Like, it just this when I tell you I was sad from beginning to end, like it could have been another 17 episodes. I would have watched it all straight through.
Because they didn't scratch the surface. We needed more models. We needed more former models.
But it depressed the hell out of me, man. It was
It's sad.
a very sad reality looking at it. Like I was just having this conversation with my wife. We were talking about it, and we were just like, remember back when we were a young couple, and we were offered that reality show, and we didn't take it because we didn't want to ruin our relationship. Look at wisdom. Look at wisdom from two young 20-somethings.
Listen, because
nothing really
y'all
good
have
comes
foresight.
from nothing good comes from reality. Like
It's fleeting.
It's
It is
terrible.
fleeting. It is fleeting. And I'm not gonna hold you. While it was great to see Miss J, Jay Alexander, and Nigel Barker, they are not without fault either.
Mhm.
Because even though Jay tried to leave, he did stay, and y'all are still just as responsible for the
Correct.
things that y'all allowed Tyra to get away with. I will also say though, Miss Jay Alexander could not wait to be asked his opinion on the whole America's that man has not stopped talking since this documentary has dropped. Jay Alexander has hit us with another thing every single time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every single time. They asked him, "Do you miss your friendship with Tyra Banks?" That man said, "I don't." Didn't even think about it. Pondered right before that about another question they asked him.
Yeah.
They said, "Do you miss your relationship or friendship with Tyra?" That man said, "I don't. I don't."
Listen,
and I don't blame him.
It's been some time, and I was saying before also, these people continue to have careers, even though they were let go in a way that really wasn't set up for them to continue to work. They still continue to thrive. People still love the Jays, which is part of the reason why I think they got fired, because they got a little bit more popular than Tyra. But that's neither here nor there.
Definitely.
But
no, it is here or there though, because remember in the documentary they said they walked down the street and somebody called her Beyonce.
Right.
We were talking about that and how they were like, "No, that's not Beyonce, because that's
with the
Tyra
Jays.
Banks, because she's with the Jays." And Tyra realized at that point that she was not the star of her own show. To that I say though, Tyra, they compared you to Beyonce.
Yeah.
That in of itself, I wouldn't have cared what they called me. Beyonce? Oh, okay. You have people walking around that don't look like a hair on Beyonce's toe. That's talking about they look like Beyonce, and people are out here confusing you for Beyonce. You're upset that the Jays got recognized too. Aren't your friends supposed to be put on with you? Is that not the purpose?
That is the purpose. That is the purpose. I can't be that type of hater. Like, it's just, I wasn't built like that. Like I say, y'all make fun of me all the time of all the things that I've done in my life and all the the adventures that I've had, but I've been around so many people that have made it, and it's just today we doing this random thing, and tomorrow they worldwide, and it's like, you gotta love that for people. Like, you gotta congratulate your people, because when it's your turn, in turn, they will congratulate you. And you will never get your turn if you're not grateful for the people, or happy for the people that when things happen. Like, I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
Listen,
I'm
I
not a
tell
hater in
you,
that way, so I don't even think about this. It's like,
I tell you all the
I don't know.
time, as your manager, if one of the ideas that
Oh,
you
God.
refuse to do takes
God.
off,
Oh, God.
and you become the next social media viral, famous person, am I gonna be mad?
I told
No.
I told y'all I don't want the fame. I just want the money, Joyhdae. I just
Yeah,
want
but
the
you gotta have
money.
you have to have one moment of fame in order to get to the money, though, because that's how you build, and you can pull back. When that happens, am I gonna be a hater? No. I'm gonna do y'all see? I'm be like, that's Ryan. Ryan, who thinks he's me because he wants to dress like me and he be trying to beat me in Wordle using my exact same cadence. That is Ryan.
All right, we got to move on because, like I said.
Also, before we move on, because it was also revealed that Miss J revealed he suffered a stroke in December of 2022, spent 5 weeks in a coma, lost his ability to walk and talk. He's currently in a wheelchair, but is determined to walk again. Jay Manuel and Nigel Barker. Why did I say Jay Alexander? Oh, that's Miss J. And Nigel Barker visited him. Tyra did not. And to that I say, that's why I hope your hot ice cream in Australia is always cold.
But then wouldn't it be ice cream?
Yeah, but she's selling them hot. But she's selling them hot ice cream. So there's some sort of trick there. So I just want it to be cold and a flop.
It won't be a flop. It will be firm because it will be ice cream.
I just know she's selling them hot ice cream. And if I'm expecting hot ice cream and you give me cold ice cream, I'm suing you for lying to me.
What a weirdo.
What a false advertisement.
Mm-mm.
I can't believe that Tyra Hollywood talked the man that taught her how to walk.
It is what it is, man. Like I've seen lots. My whole timeline has been this, apparently, and it's still going, even though it's been days already. And it's sad to see. Like, there's a whole bunch of celebrities that went to see this man in the hospital. It's not like he was there for one day. He was there for well over a year, and people was looking out for the dude, and really just like, just there as, with human decency. I just can't imagine, even if you're my worst enemy at this point, and I used to be your friend, and we used to be really good friends at one point, I'm still going to wish you the best, and I'm also probably going to check in on you. Even if it's just one time or whatever, you can't just throw away that history, It's just something I'm going to do.
She couldn't go online and send that man some flowers.
Something.
You know what I mean? Like, you didn't even have to, even if you couldn't make it to see him.
Something.
You mean to tell me you could not get online or have your assistant, at bare minimum, send that man some thinking of you flowers? I hope that hot ice cream in Australia is always cold. I do. I do. And I hope they get mad at it being cold, because what do you mean? How are you such a that's so deplorable.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna move on because this episode needs to be over soon. So
yeah, it's almost done.
So we're gonna do since and this is gonna be quite interesting. We're gonna see how this goes. One of our favorite segments is the Dad versus Auntie Jokes. We're about to do it again. But this time we're doing it exactly the same way we did it before, when we had genuine reactions. I say all that to say these reactions ain't gonna be genuine, but the jokes are so good, y'all gotta hear it. So
yeah.
Here we go.
I was in my bag this week.
What you got for me today?
Did I ever tell you about when I got kicked out of a Vietnamese restaurant?
You said this one already? Oh yeah. This was just like that. I forgot. Just like that, I forgot. No, Joyhdae, you didn't tell me about that.
Whew. They bond me for life.
I still can't. So the first time I heard the joke yesterday or 2 days ago, all I heard was the banh mi part, and I was like, Vietnamese joke, definitely got to be a banh mi. But then when you add the pho in it, it just takes it to the next level. You know, they bond me for life. It's crazy business. Oh man. Anyway, all right.
God.
Do you need an arc?
No.
Because I know a guy.
Wait a minute, because I genuinely forgot how that joke was going.
I'm sorry. I'm a dad. It's called Dad versus Auntie Jokes. I'm a dad.
Wait, because I definitely forgot how that joke was going to go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
A woman attempted to cut off her boyfriend's ding-a-ling. One of my favorite words, by the way. She missed and cut his thigh. She was charged with a misdemeanor.
Still as bad as it was yesterday, Joyhdae. Still as bad.
It still tickles me a misdemeanor.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. All right.
Oh jeez.
So y'all know I wear hats on this show every single week because, you know, I'm a bald person. And as such, I'm allowed to tell this next joke. Okay? All right. Did you know that 90% of bald people still own combs?
I did not. The question is, why do they still own combs, though?
They just can't part with it.
I forgot that one, too.
I landed that joke so much better the last time. I'm sorry.
Oh, I forgot that one.
Yeah.
This one isn't a joke per se, but it is a PSA. Booby trap, spelled backwards, is party boob. You're welcome.
Yes, Joyhdae, because boobs are always a party. That's right.
Amen,
That's right.
hallelujah.
Yes. Big
Yes,
ones,
yes.
little ones. You big ones, little ones.
And the ones in between.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't even know how much of that am I the asshole y'all got, because I definitely was giving y'all boob talk in there. So
You were. Yeah, you were.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sorry for y'all. I'm sorry.
It was such a good episode. We even dove a little bit more into my relationship status. It was a lot.
All right. This was only supposed to be 15 minutes, and here we are already still at
here
30
we are.
minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, no, we're done. All right, VirgoSeasonShow.com is the website. VirgoSeasonShow@gmail.com is the email address. Let us know what you want to hear, how we can make the show better, what you're loving, what you're hating. You know, the whole point of us doing this show is to get better for you. And, you know, the only way we can figure out if we're going to do the show in a better way is if you guys let us know. So, all right, send us an email. I don't got anything else. It's really, what else you got?
You can also find us at Virgo Season Show on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find Ryan at Black Ryan on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube as well. Or you can find me at Joyhdae on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
All right, cool. All right, so, you know, as we do, there's always one more for the road. Okay.
My memory is trash, but go ahead.
What's it called when a little person climbs over the prison walls?
I dead ass forgot. I want to say a dwarf. Oh no, that's not right. A little person.
I definitely said a little person. What is a little person called when they? Let me make sure I said it. What is it called when a little person climbs over the prison walls? Girl says a little person. Yikes.
I don't know. What are they called, Ryan?
A little condescending. Bye now. Damn it. Yeah, I told you every time you gave me something ridiculous, I was going to do that. Anyway. Bye.
Oh my God. I dead ass didn't hear a little person.
Virgo season.